Alright, this is a Trick or Treat Studios necronomicon that has been pimped. So, the thing comes with a flat spine and it folds over, the pages are tight like a trapper keeper. What we did here was the owner rounded off the spine a little bit and crinkled the pages pre-coming in so that they sandwich up a little bit and it creates a much thicker accordion style look, and it sits and looks a lot sexier than what's standard. Next, we went in and hit some weathering. We went in with shoe polish and wood stain to create some aging on the pages. So if you check every one of these pages, some heavier than others, and you have to really get in, you see every page got a treatment. The order of the pages is not accurate to either 1 or 2, but many of the pages in here are in the Necronomicon. Oh yeah. And so you can see we faked mildew, we did not burn, we did not coffee bath. I am not an advocate of either of those weathering techniques. This can all be achieved with washes and paints and sponges if you know your shit. So I've done several videos on this in the past. I want to show that you can apply those same weathering techniques to found items and normal objects. That's actually a unique look of that skull. I don't recall seeing one like that. This is one of my favorite pages ever. When I recreated this page originally, I never had a good reference for it, so it's lovely to see a high-detailed version. The infamous trees. This is a little Frankenstein looking, but right here, this is probably one of the best pages in the book. It looks really good, and where we decided to put the mildew really looks good. I really like that page. We put a lot in here. And again, a lot of this weathering is very, very subtle, and when it dries a lot more subtle than when it's wet. So you go heavy, and then you let it dry, and it looks really nice and aged, very nice subtle breakup and things here. This should be way up in the front. It's not, so again, a lot of the pages are not where they're supposed to be. But overall, I have to say the artwork is fantastic. What it looks like it was done is, if you want to go in and look at some of this detail, it looks to me like they did a pen, like a Prisma or a color pen, and then with a thicker wash pen went over it and over it and over it to create the kind of look that was achieved. So this looks like a markered original art, and then of course they probably enhanced it and created more of it in Photoshop. But overall, really great value for $89.99, and can very easily be turned into a gorgeous looking weathered piece that'll take it to the next level. They do give credit to Tom Sullivan down here in Bullscrit, which is kind of interesting because this didn't exist until the DVDs came out, but it's still kind of cool. Like I said, it's missing some essential pages, but because of the way they bound it, they did sort of like a press and fold bind. You can add pages to this. This is just standard 65-pound parchment paper. If you get it in 11 by 17 or something big enough, you could cut this to size. But really go in and weather to take care of some of these edges. Crinkle it up so you get your nice accordion look. This is where that page I mentioned earlier is supposed to be, and it's not. Overall, this is not the first page. There's 2 pages missing here. There's a double-sided page that goes in front of this. But overall, for an $89 value, you're not going to get much better than this. The cover's very thin. It has no poof to it. I wish it did, like the other one they released. But either way, if you get a chance to pick one of these up for $89.99, do so, because with a little bit of effort, you can pimp this out and make it look really, really sexy. Any Evil Dead fan would be impressed to have this on their shelves. Overall, I think Trick or Treat Studios, I give you 8 out of 10 for your effort and economy for this. This is really, really cool. You did a great job. I would have preferred that the order been adhered to. It took me about 6 hours to figure out what the actual order is, so it could have been done if they wanted to. I'm sorry they didn't, but, you know, neither here nor there, and I actually think their old Evil Dead 2 Necronomicon had a better cover, the Tom Sullivan cover. I understand why they probably couldn't use that. If I could gut this, redo the pages in the proper order, and put that old cover on it, I think you'd have the best Necronomicon for ED2 ever made. But if you're going to drop less than $100 and turn it into this, I can't see why you would be upset ever. That's just phenomenal. So, well done, Trick or Treat Studios. If you're curious about how to do things like this, or you're looking for more Evil Dead related items, visit theknightsofsamaria.com. Link will be in the bottom of the YouTube page. Or go to the Facebook and join Knights of Samaria, where we do these in live videos and talk about this stuff. And a lot of our items are for sale if you're not building inclined. But this is a fairly easy project that I think anybody could tackle if you follow the techniques in our recent live video. So, and if you haven't seen my live, go to the previous ones where I showed you how to weather this.